For our first problem, we determine whether the function f of x is equal to 2x minus 3 is 1 to 1. For this problem, we are going to use f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2. And then we write down 2x sub 1 minus 3 is equal to 2x sub 2 minus 3. And in order to isolate the x's, we add 3 to both sides. And then we get 2x sub 1 is equal to 2x sub 2. And then we divide both sides by 2, finally ending up with x sub 1 is equal to x sub 2, proving that the function f of x is equal to 2x minus 3 is indeed 1 to 1. For our second problem, we will find the inverse of the function f of x is equal to 5x plus 3. And we will do this by using 4 simple steps. Step 1. We replace the f of x with y. So we write down y is equal to 5x plus 3. Step 2. We interchange the x's and y's. So we write down x is equal to 5y plus 3. Step 3. We isolate the y's. We subtract 3 to both sides. So we get x minus 3 is equal to 5y. But the y still isn't isolated. So we divide both sides by 5. So we get x minus 3 over 5 is equal to y. And we write down the final answer. The inverse function of the function f of x is equal to 5x plus 3 is x minus 3 over 5. For our third problem, we will verify if g of x is equal to x plus 1 over 2 is the inverse of f of x is equal to 2x minus 1. We will use f of g is equal to x is equal to g of f. F of g of x is equal to 2 times 2x plus 1 over 2 minus 1. So because there is 2 in the denominator, we cancel the 2 into x, finally ending up with x plus 1 minus 1. And we get x. G of f of x is equal to 2x minus 1 plus 1 over 2. 2x minus 1 plus 1 is 2x. So we write down 2x over 2. Since the denominator is 2, we write down x, proving that g of x is indeed the inverse function of f of x.